The name's Nubis. Arthur Nubis. Detective Arthur Nubis. My story begins on a night like any other. I was in my office, seated at my desk with a filing cabinet to the right. The day was Friday. The month was October. I knew because I had a calendar on my desk. That night seemed rather boring. That is, until I heard a knock at the door. I got out of my chair and walked over to the door. I was curious to find out who was tapping at my office door. When I opened the door, I was relieved that I didn't find a raven on the other side. There was a tall fellow about my height in the hallway. He was as pale as a ghost and as thin as a skeleton. He even sounded almost like a zombie.
Telegram for a Mr. Arthur Nubis.
That's Detective Arthur Nubis.
Yes. Telegram for you.
Thanks, Mac. I looked down to inspect the folded piece of paper that he handed me, and when I looked back up into the hallway, there was no sign of him. I shut the door and sat back at my desk and unfolded the strange parchment. The note that I saw was not of the musical variety. It was an invitation to a party at the old Spook Scare Mansion. I had heard about the old Spook Scare Mansion. They say that old rickety abandoned house is haunted. But you know what? I ain't afraid of no ghost. Some of my best friends are ghosts. And I might be a detective, but I'm not one to say no to a party. The invitation said that the party was tonight at midnight. I looked over at the clock on my desk and saw that it was 11:50. Talk about late notice. It's a good thing that the old Spook Scare Mansion is just up the street. Heck, it's practically right next door. I got out of my chair and walked back over to the door. I stepped into the hallway once again, shutting the door behind me. I walked through the short, empty hallway and made it to the main door of the building. Once outside, I quickly found myself at the half-rotted door of the old Spook Scare Mansion. Standing on the porch that was barely holding together, I noticed that there was something wrong about the wind. There was no wind. Usually, when you're near a supposedly haunted house, the wind is usually shrieking like a banshee. Just as I raised my hand to knock on the door, it opened by itself. The freaky thing is that it didn't even make so much as a squeak. I was greeted by a man in a suit. He had one of those creepy smiles, almost like a Cheshire cat, and he spoke with a deep voice.
Ah, Mr. Pardon me, Detective Arthur Nubis, I presume. Welcome. I will be your host for the night. You may call me Thanatos.
Thanatos? Nice to make your acquaintance. So, where's the party at?
I must stay here to greet the other guests, but the party room is just down the hall.
I entered the house into a dark, seemingly endless hallway lined with odd doors. I turned around to ask Thanatos which door it was, but he had vanished without a trace. I kept walking through this strange hall as I remembered something interesting about the word Thanatos. It's a Greek word synonymous with death. That plus a dark, spooky, supposedly haunted house could not be good news. Suddenly, I found myself stopped at one of the many doors. There was something different about this specific door. All the other doors were at least half rotted or torn off their hinges. I think one even had an axe stuck in it. This door was almost brand new. I was drawn closer, and just as I reached my hand out to open it, the door slowly opened, and again, not even a creak. Something was on the other side, and that something was...
Tune in next time for the exciting conclusion.